live from my friend's garden. Hello, I'm in London again. I had my graduation ceremony yesterday, and it was so good. It was a perfect day. The weather was gorgeous. Everyone was so happy and excited, so it was wonderful just being in that energy all day. My friend Natika, who I'm staying with, this is her backyard. She already had some clothes that fit me like perfectly. So I had this like incredible green dress that was, it was amazing how well it fit me. And then I was also wearing her shoes. So I looked great and felt so cared for. It was really nice reconnecting with people I hadn't seen for a while and just celebrating, just being excited. And then I had a wonderful celebratory dinner with some friends, and it was just incredible. They really my friend Emma really outdid themselves. It was this amazing vegan feast. I ended up eating so much more than I needed to just because it was so tasty. And I had a few friends. We all had a lovely dinner party, but no one knew each other. It was just me who knew everyone. And it was really nice. We all got along. We had a wonderful time. Very chill. And then I managed to come back just in time to reconnect with Natika and go to bed. So it was just a beautiful day all around. And I'm really, really happy that it happened. Proud of myself that I managed to do this. You know, I think going into the degree, I had a bit of an inferiority complex of having been out of school for so long and doing like art basically, for so long. So I really was worried that I wouldn't be able to do it, but I did it. I have a master's in science now in nutrition, and I'm not 100% sure what I'll end up doing with it, but I have a few ideas and I'm excited to start executing those. The last week has been such a whirlwind. I feel like I've used that word so many times, and it's true. That's how it feels. The last bit of time in Ireland was lovely. I was in Dublin for a few days before heading back to London, and so I explored all around Dublin. Well, maybe not all around. I reconnected with someone I hadn't seen for a long time, had wonderful chats, had a really crazy sort of last night in Dublin where I mean, normally I don't drink. I think there are better substances available for intoxication, but I think alcohol also has its place, and I decided to indulge, and I indulged a lot. So we had a really wonderful time. The weather was gorgeous. I went through different parks and I took the Dart along the coastline. Just gorgeous. And then when it was time to leave, I took the bus from Dublin onto the ferry, which it was beautiful. I took the ferry at sunset, so I got to watch the whole sunset from the ferry, and it was just really gorgeous seeing Ireland become more and more distant. There were some islands that I could see. I could see where I hung out with my friend, which was sort of along the coast. So when I arrived in Dublin, it was just before sunset, and I wandered through the sort of downtown core, and everything was just like beautiful. There's, like lights and bunting in the over top of the streets. There's a lot of energy. I saw so many buskers. There was tons of live music happening. I ended up getting myself a vegan Cornish pasty, which was so good, actually. It was like curried, super tasty. And when I went to my hostel, it was so cool. Like, I'd never been to a hostel that was like this. I've been to a lot of hostels now. After my big trip, I've been to a lot of hostels, and this one was like a warehouse. It was huge. There was a piano there, which I got to play a little bit, and they had a free continental breakfast in the morning. They had like pool tables and like a bar in there, and the kitchen was huge. It was a really cool place, actually. I went to the National Library and saw there was this exhibit on Yeats. So I went through that, and it was neat looking at there were remnants of his participation in sort of like occult groups. So that was cool. I also went to the National Gallery. I really loved the National Gallery in Dublin. There were some really beautiful paintings that I really enjoyed. And I also walked through Trinity College and was reminded that there was some really interesting research coming out of Trinity College regarding nutrition that I think I might try to go back into that and see what they're doing and if I want to be a part of it, and if so, can I be? I do get the sense that I'll return to Ireland. It was a lovely place, and I don't think that my story with Ireland is over. So by the time I arrived in London, I arrived at the Victoria coach station just before 7. That night, I slept so well. And I really needed to because I had 2 nights of not really sleeping. And then the very next day, there was a picnic that I went to, and I was reconnecting with, other students in my course and other people that I know in London, and had a really lovely time just reconnecting, coming back here. And then next thing I knew, it was graduation day, and later on I'll be meeting up with some friends, reconnecting, and it's good to be back in London. It's good to be revisiting all the places that I've come to know really well in this beautiful weather. I hope that you're enjoying the gorgeous weather. It seems to be just gorgeous weather everywhere right now. I hope that you're getting the rest you need, and I'll check in with you again next week. Bye.